Good afternoon, everyone. Meet the Sulod Tribe, an indigenous group in Panay, Philippines, preserving ancient traditions and customs in the mountains. Please listen as we explore their fascinating world. This is in partial fulfillment of our subject Philippine indigenous communities under Ma'am Zeus Wangwang. This video is an academic project for the subject Philippine indigenous communities. The information presented regarding the Sulod tribe is intended for educational awareness and has been gathered from documented sources. We hold the traditions and identities of this community in the highest regard. Any media used for instructional purposes under fair use and is properly credited at the end of this presentation. Okay, so let's start. Sulod, also known as Suludnon and Panay Bukidnon, are the largest indigenous group in the Visayas. Most of them inhabit the rugged mountain ranges that separate the four provinces of Capiz, Antique, Aklan, and Iloilo of the Panay Island. They delineate their territory and distinguish themselves from other mountain groups by using the big river systems as point of reference. Moving on to their clothing. Traditionally, Panay Bukidnon women, particularly Halawudnon and Panayanon, wear the cotton or hand-embroidered cotton blouse with tinubok or the embroidery of the Bukidnon. The cotton are usually embroidered with hand-waved designs they call as alibangbang or butterfly, matangpunay, which means bird's eye, and bulak, which means flower, and are partnered with shawl or bandana mantled over their shoulders. They also wear the patadyong as skirt. They accessorize with their biningkit or necklace, pudong, headgear, and walkos or belt to complete their attire. These ornaments are also valued as heirlooms which have endured many generations, proven by the old coins dating back to the 1850s appended in their biningkit. For their livelihood, they practice hunting and gathering. Sweden farming of rice production is common. Root crops, bananas, corn, and cassava are planted along the rice fields. Another livelihood of the Panay Bukidnon is the abaca production. Next, let's talk also about their shelter. The typical Panay Bukidnon house is a one-room, structured, elevated from the ground made of bamboo or tree barks. Lately, the use of timber as walls had been practiced by the Ayadan. Most houses have balcony where they entertain guests. The roofs are made of stitched ambolong leaves. A space is also located where they can place hunting and fishing tools. Another usual amenity is a duyan or hammock. It is usually where the binukot or well-kept maiden chants or masters suliganon. For their language, it is called Likbuk, Sulod, or simply the language of Suludnon. And of course, it is used in daily life in their mountain communities and prominently in the chanting of the Sugidanon. Here is an example. Of course, we also have music and art. The tinubok or embroidery is mainly based on nature and from the characters of the epic of Hinilawod. And also, they have what they call sinaput. A batong-batong is enshrined at the blade with design of mountain ranges. This sinaput or bolo had been inherited from at least 5 generations. Traditional body tattooing among the Panay Bukidnon are also conveyed in their peers' personal belongings such as the bolo. They also have this hinila wood. It means tales from the mouth of the Halawod River. It is an epic poem of the Panay Bukidnon. This has been preserved by the chanting of the Binukot, a total of 10 Sudiganon epic stories consisting of 13 volumes collected about the adventure of different characters that revolve around the land and sea. Chanting this 28,000 verse epic would take about 3 days. Let's also look into their unique cultures and traditions. First one, we have Bailan. The Panay Bukidnon have a traditional Bailan who is considered as their all-around medicine man or woman that performs rituals on an illnesses brought about by spiritual beings and evil spirits. Second one, Pangluya. The most common healing ritual in Iraynon Bukidnon is Pangluya. It is performed to diagnose patients' illness and cause of the ailments. The Bailan rubs a piece of ginger in the palms, forehead, and then observes the body of the patient. This is usually done in the afternoon. It is believed that through ginger and secret chants of the healer, the ailment or illness is determined. Next one, we have Daga. It is a form of payment to spiritual beings or creatures who have been offended, thus causing illness to the offender. The payment can be in a form of offerings such as money, pig, or chicken slaughtered to appease the spirits. We also have Bugaw. It is a ritual performed to get rid of unwanted spirits and spiritual beings in a certain place, farm, or buildings. During this process, a bailan offers 4 cooked chicken with different colors of feather, liquor or sugarcane wine, cigarette, and 15 pieces of steamed powder rice wrapped in banana leaves in small oblong shapes, and 15 pieces of steamed powder rice wrapped in banana leaves in square shapes. Offerings are incense, so its aroma will reach the spirit world. Sa talunan. This means in the forest. It is a ritual performed to appease talunanon or environmental spirits living in the forest or streams who were offended probably because they got injured or their place was destroyed due to doings of a human being. Another one is pangalaw. It is to ensure a good harvest and that the spirits may not take their share from the harvest. The farmer or if necessary the bailan or priestess will offer food consisting of pork or chicken. They will make a table made of bamboo near the rice field where they will place the prepared food for the spirits who they believe possess the land they till. Another one is pasalamat. So, pasalamat is a farming ritual among Iraynon. After the harvest, the farmer slaughters and cooks pork in their home, then offer it together with bitter nut, tobacco, and buyo or a kind of leaf used in chewing. So if I'm not mistaken, this is what we call mama nowadays, right? Next one, sagda para sa mahikaw. This is performed to appease the spirits and dead ancestors so that they will have an abundant harvest. And of course, last but not the least, the Binanog Festival. Binanog is a courtship dance emulating the movements of hawks, locally known as banog. Nowadays, it is performed as a form of entertainment during festivities. It is accompanied by traditional musical instruments such as tikumbu or bamboo percussion, sugangag, bamboo clapper, tambol, indigenous drum, and agong. So this one is an example of a binanog dance. Moving on to their tourist spots.
Mount Canopy in Carmisan. 2 hours and a half of travel from San Jose, the capital town of Antique. Barangay San Ramon of Lawaan will bring you to a breathtaking scenic view. Mount Baloy. Mount Baloy is a sacred place for indigenous peoples, especially those who seek spiritual aptitude and vigor. There are even many instances where Babaylans of Panay Bukidnon trek the sacred place around Mount Baloy to seek out amulets, sacred stuffs found in the primitive forest. Scenic View Tigmala Hill. This destination is for young adventurers who can handle extreme adventures in this, who seek scenic views to further their longing for excitement and milestone in life. Bigaa. After enjoying scenic views, the pristine waters of the Bigaa along Kairawan River in Barangay San Ramon, Lawaan, Antique will surely refresh trekkers and hikers' weariness from a long journey, both of the trails and life struggles. Nasuraan Falls. This located in Sitio Burabod, Barangay Oyang Libacao, Aklan. It lays hidden behind the huge reddish boulders and is almost 70 feet high. Panincon Falls. Its crystal clear water streams from the innermost portion of Panincon that confers life to inhabitants along its way. Sitio Toroytoy. Sitio Toroytoy of Barangay Manica, Libacao, Aklan is located in between the mountain ranges of Mount Angas and Mount Nacoron that separates the two provinces of Aklan and Capiz. True to its connotation, Toroytoy on the edge of the summit.
Moving on to the challenges faced by the Sulod tribe. The first one, socio-economic and educational struggles. Many communities live in poverty with limited access to formal education. The second one, cultural erosion. The younger generation is losing interest in their traditional culture and arts. Next, land and resource loss. Encroachment on their ancestral domain and deforestation have disrupted their traditional agricultural practices and hunting, forcing them to move frequently due to poor soil, as they do not use plows. Next, marginalization and social prejudice. They face discrimination and social prejudice from lowlanders who often view their mountain dwelling lifestyle as backward. Then we have environmental challenges. Dependence on kaingin has become difficult due to rapid soil degradation, forcing them to move away every 2 years. And last, health and infrastructure. Limited access to healthcare results in high rates of illness and malnutrition. That's for the challenges faced by the Sulud tribe. The next one, we have the contributions of the Sulud tribe. First one, the Sugidanon epics. Panubok, Binanug dance, Binukot tradition, sustainable ecosystem management, ethnobotanical wisdom, lunar-based farming, indigenous peace building, and schools for living tradition. Here are the contributions of the Sulud people to our society.